So welcome everybody to Lawudo Cave, and today you can see Venerable Sutram, who is the wish. You can see her left of the throne. You can see the relic from Rinpoche, tooth relic, and then above that, I think you can just see the outline of the stupa, Nada Lama stupa, with the relic from Nada Lama, and then you can see Rinpoche's bed there, Rinpoche's throne. And yeah, so ready to begin with a strong motivation for Rinpoche's swift return. And then I'll read out beginning today Geshe Pamba from Hong Kong, Rinpoche's relative, his request. He says, please pray and dedicate for Rinpoche's true and unmistaken reincarnation to return as quickly as possible in a place where the reincarnation can be very quickly recognized. Please pray the reincarnation can complete all the studies as soon as possible and resume carrying out the legacy of Rinpoche's past life and therefore be of the most benefit to sentient beings. May this reincarnation be able to offer extensive benefit to the world and each one of us for Dharma practice and teaching in the same way as the past life inspired us. May the teachings of Buddha and all the other holy activities of Rinpoche's organization become of the greatest benefit to all mother sentient beings. And then we're using this practice in the depths of my innermost heart and bones. And there's a link to download it on Facebook and on YouTube. And we begin with calling the Lama from afar. Lama, think of me. Lama, think of me. Lama, think of me. Magnificently glorious Lama, dispelling the darkness of ignorance. Magnificently glorious Lama, revealing the paths of liberation. Magnificently glorious Lama, eliminating disease of the 5 poisons. Magnificently glorious Lama, who is the wish-granting jewel, I beseech you, please bless me. Magnificently glorious Lama, please bless me to remember to abide one pointedly in practice in isolated places. Magnificently glorious Lama, please bless me to not have any hindrance to my practice. Magnificently glorious Lama, please bless me to realize without error the view of the fundamental nature of reality. Magnificently glorious Lama, please bless me so that all bad conditions appear as a support. Magnificently glorious Lama, please bless me to accomplish effortlessly the 2 works of self and others. Magnificently glorious Lama, please bless me now quickly. Please bless me quickly, very quickly. Please bless me on this very cushion. Please bless me in this very session. May I not arise heresy for even a second in regard to the actions of the glorious Lama. May I see whatever actions are done as pure. With this devotion, may I receive the blessings in my heart. Magnificent and precious Root Lama, please abide on the lotus and moon of my heart. Guide me with your great kindness and grant me the realizations of your holy body, speech, and mind. So then wisdom bestow. Until enlightenment, I take refuge in the Lama, Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. To achieve perfect awakening for others, I shall recite this profound tantra. Until enlightenment, I take refuge in the Lama, Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. To achieve perfect awakening for others, I shall recite this profound tantra. Until enlightenment, I take refuge in the Lama, Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. To achieve perfect awakening for others, I shall recite this profound tantra. Arya, Jetson, Manjushri appears instantly in the sky before me, seated upon a lotus and moon, set amidst cloud banks of ravishing offerings. He shines as brilliant as a mountain of gold, rising above the widest of clouds, and with a gentle smile he is the very epitome of youth, a 16-year-old blazing with all the major and minor marks. He has 1 face and 4 hands. His first pair of hands holds a sword of wisdom and a book, while the remaining pair holds the bow of method and the arrow of wisdom. Seated in the lotus posture, he rests his back against the moon. He wears a skirt of various silks, and is adorned with the finest jewels. His hair, braided with opala flowers, is tied up upon his crown, where the lord of the family Akshobhya abides. This empty yet apparent kaya of wisdom appears clear and vivid, like a rainbow in the sky. O wonder, Manjushri, you find no equivalent in the appearance of samsara and of nirvana. Amongst Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, Shravakas, and Parcheka Buddhas, nor are Brahma and Indra, the greatest of the gods, your equal. Therefore, the names and kayas that you display, in accordance with the infinite array of nobles, as well as your qualities, cannot be contained within the vastness of the sky. They fill my mind with the greatest incontrovertible devotion. So with a voice that resounds with the gentle beauty of the tambura, I sing the adamantine names of the embodiment of pure wisdom. When the liturgy of your adamantine names is set to melody, the qualities of your knowledge, love, and power are invoked, causing compassion's brilliance to illuminate the threefold world in all its entirety. This the negativity and doubt self and all others, since time without the lotus blossom of the supreme mind, two knowledges of nature and phenomena in these. Then the mantra to increase the power of the recitation. Tayata Om Dare Dare Vendare Soha. 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 So then, as we mentioned, the last 2 days, it's very effective as we Vajrapani requests British Ecumene to recite the names of the Manjushri, and it's very effective as we recite these names ourselves, as we chant them, to reflect that these are describing qualities of Rinpoche. Says we no longer have Rinpoche in the Manakaya form, but we still have Dharmakaya and Bogakaya. So thinking like this is very powerful. In the Indian language, Arya Manjushri Nam Sangiti. In Tibetan, Baba Jamba Zen Yanlava Jaba. In English, chanting the names of noble Manjushri. Homage to ever youthful Manjushri. Then Vajradhara, ever glorious, serene to Juru, the hard to tame, the hero conquering the triple world, the Vajra Lord, the master of all secrets, with eyes wide open like white lotuses, his face just like a lily in full bloom, while shaking in his hand repeatedly a Vajra of the highest excellence, accompanied by countless Vajrapanis, with features such as fierce turbulent brows, some jewels of the hard to tame heroes, appearing with heroic hideous forms, brandishing in their hands their mighty vajras, the tips of which emit intensive light, great benefactors to all living beings, whose skill through insight and through great compassion, with pleased and happy attitudes, with joy their bodies those of wrathful deities, protectors who assist the Buddha's deeds, their bodies bowing reverentially, paid homage to the true awakened one, protector, blessed one, the Tathagata, and joining his two palms respectfully, he said before the Lord the following: O omnipresent Lord, for my well-being, would you concern for me and for my sake, that I may reach complete awakening upon the basis of illusion's net, and for the sake of every living being sunk deep into the mud of ignorance, their thoughts disturbed by various afflictions, so that they may obtain the highest truth. May you, the most supreme awakened one, the blessed one, the world's guru and teacher, who knows the great Samaya's reality, aware of wishes and abilities, reveal to us the great name chanting of the wisdom body of the blessed one, the great Ashnisha, master of all speech, the self-arising wisdom emanation, the wisdom deity called Manjushri, these names with meaning both profound and vast, of great significance unmatched serene, with goodness of their start, middle and end, proclaimed by Buddhas of the aeons past, and to be taught by Buddhas yet to come, and taught not once but time and time again by all the Buddhas of the present age, which were respectfully recited in allusions now the Tantra most supreme, by multitudes of mighty Vajrapanis, the joyous guardians of secret mantras. Just this I shall uphold with firm resolve until I reach my final liberation, so that I may become, O great protector, the bearer of the Buddha's secrets. And this I shall reveal to living beings according to each one's capacity, in order that afflictions may be quelled, so ignorance may fully be dispelled. With this request to the Tathagata, the master of all secrets, Vajrapani, his body bowed, his palms politely joined, and stood before the Lord devotedly. And so the Blessed One, Lord Shakyamuni, the best of men, the fully awakened one, exceeding from his mouth his handsome tongue, a tongue unmatched in both its breadth and length, displaying a gentle smile to living beings, a smile that fills the threefold world with light, that tames the enemy, the four maras, that ends unwanted birth in all three forms. His voice melodious like that of Brahma, completely filling all the triple world, replied as follows to the Lord of secrets, the Vajrapani, strongest of the strong, that you, abounding in supreme compassion, and aiming to assist all living beings, are willing and prepared to hear from me this evil quelling, purifying chanting, the chanting of the name so filled with meaning, of Manjushi's embodiment of wisdom. How truly excellent, O Vajradhara, how excellent the view, O Vajrapani. And so I shall, O master of all secrets, reveal just that to you most splendidly. With single-minded focus, listen well, how excellent, responded Vajrapani. So truly excellent, O Blessed One. And then the Blessed One, Lord Shakyamuni, surveyed in full the family great with mantras, the family of the Vidyas and the mantras, the family that is threefold by its nature, the family of and yet beyond the world, the family great in brightening the world, the foremost family of Mahamudra, and so the family great with great Ashnisha. And then about the Lord of speech he spoke these verses, which includes his kingly mantras, which manifest from non-duality, which bear the quality of non-arising. Shito Shinde Jnana Murti Buddham Buddhanan Batinam Om Vashatishna Dungachana Rajna Jnana Mutaya Jnana Kaya Bhageshwara Arhatsanaya Te Nama. And so is the Blessed One, the Buddha, awakened, fully born of the letter A. He is the letter A, the foremost phoneme, suprememost syllable with meaning great, arising from great vital force unborn, beyond expression based on words or speech, the foremost cause of every form of speech, the shining forth of every kind of language, great feast who takes the form of great passion, reducing bliss in every sentient being, great feast who takes the form great enemy of every mental poison, great fist by nature, great delusion, delusions vanquisher for deluded minds, great feast who is in essence great fury, great adversary to all furiousness, great feast who he is great carnal lust, he is great joy, with great appearance bearing form supreme, with reflection marred by great physique, with great renown, the great magnificent one is mandala, voluminous and great, of the mighty sword of wisdom, the foremost goad for taming great afflictions, possessing great renown, his glory great, his brightness great, his luster most supreme, most wise, upholder of the great illusions, fulfiller of the great illusions' aims, enraptured by the great illusions' rapture, the great illusions' great illusionist, the foremost Lord of great magnificence, supreme upholder of great discipline, intense supporter of great tolerance, with valor rooted in great diligence, samadhi resting through great meditation, in with bodies flowing from great wisdom, both great in strength and great in skillful means, a brimming ocean filled with vows and knowledge, by nature great in kindness, limitless, the foremost mind enriched by great compassion, of great insight, of great intelligence, great dexterous one with methods ever commanding powers and great miracles, with driving force supreme, with speed unmatched, renowned great Lord of foremost majesty, most valorous owing to his great might, destroying the massive mountain, overcoming, unyielding, holding strong a massive Vajra, great terrifying Lord, the great cruel one, revoking fear in great and dawning creatures, protector as the greatest of all vidyas, a guru as the greatest of all mantras, traversing well the Mahayana's path, himself the Mahayana's foremost way. He is but a great sage, observing great intensive silence, arising from the great mantra way. He is at heart the great mantra way, accomplished in the 10 parameters, having the 10 parameters as home, in whom the 10 parameters are pure, for whom the 10 parameters are means, protector reigning over all 10 grounds, residing steadily on all 10 grounds, made pure in nature by the tenfold knowledge, maintaining purity through tenfold knowledge, with tenfold forms intent on tenfold content, with tenfold strength pervasive Lord of sages, achieving every aim for every being, endowed with tenfold mastery supreme, beginningless complexity, devoid by nature pure reality and essence, unwavering, a speaker of the truth, with speech and actions perfectly aligned, a teacher of the non-dual truth, non-dual, atop reality's most lofty peak. With selflessness his wild lions roar, instilling fear in deer-like misled seekers. With journeys fruitful, traveling everywhere, as swift as thought in all targeters, a victor slayer of foes, triumphant lord, a universal king with forces great, assembly head, instructor for assemblies, assembly lord, assembly chief, the ruler, most influential, bearing precious burdens, not other bound, his way the greatest way, the Lord of speech, the master of expression, most skilled in words, adept with language truthful, with boundless words, a teacher of the truth, providing teachings on the fourfold truth, no coming back, no turning round, Rhino, the leader of the Prateka Buddhas, gone forth by going forth in different ways, the single cause of all great elements, our heart bhikshu, defilements exhausted, devoid of passion, master of the senses, arrived at comfort, met with security, for he, having cooled down, is free from stains, equipped in full with knowledge and his face, the Sugata, best knower of the world, not thinking me, not clinging on to mine, established in the system of two truths, upon the edge of psychic life's far shore, with ease accomplished, resting on the bank, emerging from untainted blown awareness, with sword-like insight ever penetrating, the Son, the Dharma King, the noble Dharma, supreme illuminator of the world, the Dharma Lord, the sovereign of the Dharma, the teacher of the path to excellence, accomplishing all goals, fulfilling aims, completely free from wants of any kind, bereft of thought and non-depleting source, the Dharma source, supreme beyond decay, enriched by merit, merits gathering, unique great wisdom, wisdom, wisdom rich, aware of what exists and what is not, while gathering the twofold gathering, eternal yogin, king of everywhere, the object in the mind of concentration, the master of intelligent reflection, for by oneself alone is he experienced, immovable, the ultimate beginning, the holder of the three enlightened bodies, the Buddha formed of 5 embodiments, the omnipresent made of 5 wisdoms, his embodiment with 5 awakened ones, with all 5 eyes maintaining non-attachment, the great progenitor of all the Buddha's eminent and foremost son, arising from the world of true insight, the sourceless Dharma source, existence ending, comprised of Vajras, holy, dense and firm, the newborn sovereign ruler of the world, emerging from the sky, the self arisen, a massive blaze of knowledge and of insight, a beacon of great light, a lamp of wisdom shining brilliantly,
a light for beings, a lantern unto wisdom, with energy supreme, most radiant. The Vidya King, the greatest mantras Lord, the Mantra King, achieving noble aims. The greatest Nisha, marvelous Sushnisha, the Lotus face, revealer of all things. The best embodiment of every Buddha, with eyes the joy of every living being. Creator manifesting varied forms, great sage deserving praise, deserving worship. A mantra born unto the triple family, upholding mantras of the foremost pledge. The greatest bearer of the triple gem, who teaches all three peerless vehicles. With snare unfailing, most victorious, the snatcher of a grave, the Vajra snare. The Vajra hook, the snare of excellence, called Vajrabhadava. He is terrific, six-faced, ever powerful. Bearing his terrible fangs, a skeleton, holla holla, 100 faces proud. The Yama killer rolling obstacles, instilling fear with Vajra impetus. The Vajra hearted, famous for his Vajra, with belly large, with Vajra's evolution. The Vajra born, the sovereign of the Vajra, akin to space, his core comprised of Vajras. Unmoving, haughty, with his single dreadlock, his clothes an elephant's rawhide still moist. The great terrific one who cries ha ha, who screams he, instilling fervent fear. His laugh, the screeching laugh, the booming laugh, he is the Vajra laugh, the mighty howl. He is the noble Sattva, Vajrasattva, the Vajra sovereign Lord, the highest bliss. The Vajra's wrathfulness, the highest joy, in toning homes of Vajra Humkara. With Vajra arrows serving as his weapon, his sword comprised of Vajra's slashing hold. Upholding every Vajra, Vajra bearing, with just a single Vajra ending strife. With eyes like Vajra fire, truly dreadful, with hair that's like a Vajra set ablaze. Immersion of the Vajra, great immersion, with eyes like Vajra's eyes 100-fold. With Vajra hairs a sprout upon his body, his unique figure marked by Vajra hairs. With nails advancing Vajras at their tips, with skin that's solid like a Vajra's core.
The splendid master,
donning Vajra garlands, adorned with Vajra fashioned ornaments. With booming voice, his laughter crying ha ha, six-syllable, producing Vajra rumbles. Great Manjughosha sounds supremely loud, a roar unique unto the threefold world. The voice that reaches every bound of space, preeminent amongst all voice endowed. He is a being whose fully realized truth, reality is peak and selflessness. Supreme in propagating emptiness, unspoken teaching both the deep and vast. The Dhamma conch emitting piercing sound, the Dhamma gong with lasting resonance. Arriving at unbounded liberation, he is the Dhamma drum in all directions. Without a form, with handsome form supreme, replete with forms diverse, comprise of mind. With splendor shining through his every form, with all reflections under his control. Invincible, renowned as Lord Supreme, the Lord Supreme who rules the threefold world. Abiding on the Noble's lofty path, great source of flourishing, the Dharma's crown. With youthful form, unique unto all worlds, the eldest, senior, father of all beings. Adorned with 32 auspicious marks, most beautiful, most handsome in all worlds. The teacher teaching mundane good and knowledge, the teacher to all beings most confident. The world's most trusted guide, protector, savior, the refuge unsurpassed, the guardian. With rich enjoyments filling all of space, the knowledge ocean of omniscient beings. While smashing through the shell of ignorance and breaking through the cage of psychic lives. The thorough queller of intense affliction, arriving at samsara's opposite shore. His crown, the crown of wisdom consecration, his ornaments comprising perfect Buddhas, the soother of the pain, a threefold pain, the ender of the trio ending free, arriving at the threefold liberation, completely free of every obscuration, having achieved equality skyline beyond the stains of every last affliction, aware of timelessness in all three times, most eminent amongst all sentient beings, the crown amongst those crowned with noble virtues, completely free from every kind of substrate, established firmly on the path of space, a splendid wish-fulfilling jewel in hand, the best of all, this precious, omnipresent, great wish-fulfilling tree, most plentiful, the greatest of all great auspicious vases, fulfilling the aims a living being adore, and ally most beloved to all creatures, aware of good and bad, aware of times, the omnipresent knower of the pledges, upholding pledges, conscious of occasions, awake to varied aptitudes in beings, with expertise in threefold liberation, with virtues, knowing Dharma, auspicious source of all auspiciousness,
of all auspicious,
the most auspicious, great splendor, glory, good, most prosperous, great reassurance, foremost celebration, great joyousness, the highest form of pleasure, abundance, reverence, action, venerable, great happiness, the noble, lawless splendor, the greatest grandeur of all wishes wished for, the highest source of refuge, refuge granting, the fearsome enemy of potent danger, alleviating danger in all forms, with tufts of hair, with plumes of luscious hair, with matted locks caught tight, 5 faces, 5 hair tufts, his head well crowned, his head adorned with garlands of 5 strands, upholding great observances, head shaven, foremost of observances, chaste student, with great austerities perfected fully, he is the greatest Veda Gautama, a Brahmin, knower of Brahman, arrived in full of Brahman Nirvana, awakening its branches, liberation, release, complete tranquility, quiescence, Nirvana, peacefulness, tranquility, approaching graceful entry to Nirvana, the culmination, ending pain and pleasure, the state devoid of passion, free from substance, beyond defeat, unmanifest, unmatched, not making manifest, appearance free, pervasive, timeless, fully omnipresent, minute, beyond defilement, sea free, unstained, devoid of passion, passionless, controlling humors, free from every illness, by nature most awakened, fully awake, omniscient, knowing everything, supreme. Beyond reality is consciousness, pristine awareness, bearing non-dual form. Beyond conceptualization, effort-free, acting as Buddhas do in every age. The Buddha endless, the target and greatest of communicators, the unassailable universal vision, true delight, with fire God hold, the endless not most radiant, great luster, with shining rays in hand, providing light, the best and foremost of all great physicians, unequaled in removing thorns of pain, a tree providing medicine for all, a foe opposing every malady, the lovely crowning jewel of all 3 worlds, a cluster of the stars most glorious, the end of space in all its 10 directions, the hoisting high of Dharma's victory flag, sharing one large umbrella with the world, with love and kindness as his mandala, the celebrated lotus lord of dance, pervasive with his precious parasol, energy of all the Buddhas, his body is fully shared by all the Buddhas, the highest union formed with all the Buddhas, the single teaching taught by all the Buddhas, most glorious with Vajraratna's blessings, the highest sovereign Lord of Savaratna, the King Supreme of Sava Lokeshwara, the Lord on high of Sarva Vajradhara, the quintessential mind of Sarva Buddha, residing in the mind of every Buddha, the greatest body born by every Buddha, the lovely speech enriching every Buddha, the scorching brightness from the Vajra sun, with stainless luster from the Vajra moon, great passion of the passionless and others, with multicolored rays and brightly blaze, the perfect Buddha's perfect Vajra posture, retaining for all beings the Buddha's Dhamma, the lotus Buddha's celebrated son, the knowledge treasurer for the omniscient, the sovereign king controlling all illusions, the foremost master of the Buddha's styles, called Vajratishna, so supremely mighty, completely pure, the highest syllable, a top pain's remedy, the Mahayana, with Vajradharma as his mighty weapon, with Vajra depth renowned as Jinajik, with Vajra thought aware of how things are, perfecting all perfections perfectly, adorned by all the grounds of bodhisattvas, the selflessness of pure phenomena, with luster that is moonlight unto knowledge, with great endeavors as illusory nets, the foremost master ruling every tantra, endowed in full with every Vajra posture, completely furnished with all wisdom bodies, completely good with intellect supreme, the embryo of our sustaining beings, great embryo from which all Buddhas form, with emanation circles most diverse, the highest nature of all entities, supportive of the nature of all things, with goals for all, with dharmas unarisen, supportive of the nature of all dharmas, with full awareness of phenomena, embodied instant as the wisest sage, with vivid realization of all dhammas. He is a sage, the greatest intellect, the vanquisher of hosts of evil spirits, unwavering, completely pure in nature, grasping the wakefulness of perfect Buddhas, the direct realization of all Buddhas. He is the flame of wisdom luminous, the great fulfiller of desired aims, the purifier of all evil states, the greatest of all living beings, protector, the earnest liberator of all creatures, unrivaled knight in battle with afflictions, humiliating ignorance his foe, the celebrated mind of amorousness, forms heroic and repulsive, the dancer moving to and fro his hundreds of lengthy arms while setting down his stride, the dancer spreading through the whole of space and filling it with Shrimad's 100 arms to toll us up the surface of the earth. The soul of just 1 foot pervading all, stood tall atop the summit of the world. The nail of his big toes suppressing all, whose aim is one, whose aim is non-dual Dharma, whose aim is ultimate beyond destruction, whose mind consists in groups of consciousness, with varied objects, forms, and cognizance, amused with every object of existence. A mind of passion, loving emptiness, transcending worldly passion and the like, with great enjoyment for the threefold world, with fair complexion white like pristine clouds, with radiance like beams from autumn moons, with luster rivaling the morning suns, with nails emitting light of crimson red, whose handsome crown has sterling sapphires, whose hair is tips of sapphire deep blue, with glory from the light of his great jewel, adorned with emanations of the Buddhas, the shaker of 100 worldly realms. His strength, the four miraculous powers, reality with mindfulness, supreme powers true way, with knowledge of the path of perfect Buddhas, the great attachment of all living beings, attachment free comparable to space, when springing up in every creature's mind. He is for every being the swiftest mind, aware of all the attitudes of beings, while captivating every creature's mind with insight into aggregated natures, himself with fully pure 5 aggregates atop the peak of every going forth, most skilled in going forth in every way, established on all paths of going forth, the teacher of all forms of going forth, uprooting all becoming with 12 links, endowed with purity in all 12 forms, his form the way of fourfold noble truth, with realization of the eightfold knowledge, with meaning of the truths in 12-fold form, aware of suchness in its 16 forms, with true awakening in 20 forms, awakened fully knowing all supreme, dispatching countless sets of some 10 million embodiments of emanating Buddhas, the final realization of all moments, who knows each moment's object for all minds, and manifesting for the sake of beings, with means derived from varied vehicles, gone forth by way of all 3 vehicles, remaining in the single vehicle's fruit, with purified afflicted spheres and heart, annihilating every karmic sphere, arrived atop dry land from flooding oceans, emerged from yoga's perilous dark grove, released from general, minor, incomplete afflictions and their latent tendencies, with insight, means, and foremost empathy, achieving fruitful aims for living beings, abiding object free through all perceptions, with consciousness as object, with cessation, with every being the object of his mind, with knowledge as the mind of all the Buddhas, residing in the mind of every being, having become their mind's equality and satisfying the mind of every being. He is for every being great in a joy, confusion-free regarding points of doctrine, completely free from error in all his forms, his singing free from doubt, his object threefold, his object all 3 properties by nature, throughout 3 times the content of 5 skandhas, discerning clearly each and every moment, awakening in but a single moment, his basic nature equal to all Buddhas, with body, bodiless, the best of bodies, with realization of the peak of bodies, displaying his form in every possible way. He is the greatest stone, the precious gem, but all the perfect Buddhas are to know. The Buddha's unsurpassed awakening, devoid of syllables, yet born of mantra, arising from great mantras, threefold family, the father to the meaning of all mantras, the greatest Bindu, void of syllables, with 5 great syllables, great empty one, 100 syllable, devoid of Bindu, endowed with every form, yet free from form, supporting half of half of 16 bindus, transcending every grouping void of members, sustaining Dhyana's fourth and final peak, or voice body of Samadhi, the sovereign king of all enjoyment bodies, the best of body, emanation body, the heir to emanations of the Buddhas, with varied emanations everywhere, while benefiting all however needed, the sovereign of the gods, the god of gods, Asura Lord, the ruler of immortals, the king of deities, the god guru, the highest lord of pramatas, pramata, emerged from psychic life's imposing forest,
the single teacher,
guru for all beings, in every well-known world, in all directions, the eminent bestower of the Dhamma, concealed by armor made of loving kindness, well shielded by the shield of empathy, with wisdom sword in hand, with bow and arrow, concluding war with ignorance and klesha, the Mara's enemy and tamer hero, eliminating threats from all four Maras, defeating all the armies of the Maras, a guide for living beings, the perfect Buddha, deserving homage, worthy of respect, deserving reverence, always honorable, deserving worship, worthy of regard, the highest guru ever venerable, traversing all three worlds in just one stride, his step extending past the bounds of space, with knowledge of the three world versed and pure, with sixfold higher knowledge and recall, and bodhisattva and mahasattva, with power great, transcending worldly life, affected by his excellence of insight, now unified with insight's highest nature, the whole aware of self, aware of other, for fit for all he is the best of men, surpassing all to which he is compared, supreme most lord of knowing and what's known, the foremost master imparting Dhamma, who shows the meaning of the fourfold seal, the most revered amongst all living beings, engaged in going forth in all three paths, with glory purified by ultimate nature, most fortunate within the threefold world, the celebrated source of all endowments, supreme among the glorious men. O passion of the Buddhas, homage to you, desire of the Buddhas, pay you homage. O love of every Buddha, homage to you, the joy of all the Buddhas, I pay you homage. O smile of every Buddha, homage to you, the laugh of all the Buddhas, I pay you homage. O speech of every Buddha, homage to you, the joy.
Arisen from non-being,
Homage to you, arisen from the Buddhas, arisen from the sky, homage to you, born of pristine wisdom. O net of illusion, homage to you, the Buddha's spectacle. Homage to you, the everything of all, O body of wisdom, homage to you. Om Sarva Dhamma Bhava Sambhava Vishuddha Vajra Brakiti Bhare Shuddha Sarva Dhamma Yanunda Sarva Nandanga Danyana Gaya Manjushya Bhare Shuddha Ummada Yate Sarva Nandanga Shuddhayam Hara Hara Om Hon Shriya Bhagavan Yana Murti Vageshwara Mahabacha Sarva Dhamma Gaganama Somebody should dharma danda jnana garba Then Vajradhara, ever glorious, most pleased and satisfied, with folded palms, prostrated to the Buddha, noble God, the Blessed One, the Lord Tathagata, and with a host of other Vajrapanis of varied forms, the Lord of Guyakas, sublime protectors, noble wrathful kings, he then exclaimed this effervescent praise. Protector, we rejoice, how excellent, thou excellent, what you have clearly taught. Through you our lofty aim has been achieved, which leads to true and full awakening. And so the aims of helpless mundane beings who seek the fruits of perfect liberation. Just this taught in the Maya Jala is the noble path that leads to excellence, where largeness, vastness, and profundity, with meaning great, achieving beings' aims. Just this comprises every Buddha's sphere, just this is taught by all awakened ones. This concludes the supreme chant in the names of the Blessed One, Manjushri, the Wisdom Devi. It was extracted from the Noble Net of Illusion of Mahayana Tantra in 16,000 parts. From its chapter on the Net of Samadhi, it was spoken by the Blessed One, Shakyamuni, the Tathagata. And then we do the innermost essence of the Arya Manjushri Tantra. So after reciting the full Tantra, then each time we recite this innermost essence, it counts as another complete full recitation.
So we only need to recite from the prostration, I prostrate to Youthful Manjushri, down to thus it was explained by all the complete Buddhas. We'll recite a few times. In the language of India, Arya Manjushri Tandra Chitta. In the language of Tibet, Papa Jamba Yuki Nyangni. In the English language, the innermost essence of the Arya Manjushri Tantra, I prostrate to the Youthful Manjushri. In this way, to the Bhagavan Buddha, the wisdom body, self-arisen, the stainless soul eye of wisdom, the brilliant light of wisdom, Arapat Sanaya Tanama, homage to you, the wisdom body itself, thus is explained by all the complete Buddhas. I prostrate to the Youthful Manjushri. In this way, to the Bhagavan Buddha, the wisdom body, self-arisen, the stainless soul eye of wisdom, the brilliant light of wisdom, Arapat Sanaya Tanama, homage to you, the wisdom body itself. The wisdom body is self-arisen, the stainless soul eye of wisdom, the brilliant light of wisdom, Arahat Sanaya Tanama. Homage to you, the wisdom body itself. Thus it was explained by all the complete Buddhas. The perfect expression of the ultimate names of the Bhagavan, the wisdom being Manjushri is proclaimed by Tathagata Shakyamuni, is complete. Offerings. Samandavajras, oceanic clouds, the finest of offerings, both actually laid out and mentally conjured, are arranged to fill the whole of existence. May they please you, ever youthful Manjushri. Om Arya Manjushri Agam Haryam Pupe Dupe Alake Gande Nude Shata Pratisa So. Homage to you, Manjushri, sole embodiment of the wisdom of all Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. You bring glory and splendor to all of samsara and nirvana. Protected with the perfect recitation of your adamantine names, I shall praise you fully from this moment onward until my awakening. Please hold me in your care with joy. Manjushri, son of speech, bless me so that in the short term the wisdom of study, contemplation, and meditation will blossom fully, and I may teach, debate, and compose without equal. Ultimately, may I achieve the wisdom kaya that knows all percepts and things, to lead all beings to the supreme state of the ever-youthful Manjushri. Manjushri, you are ever free from elaboration, but in the illusory forms of dependent arising, you burst forth as the embodiment of wisdom, which returns to the natural Dhammadhatu. By the power of all possible merit I have created through this practice, may all beings come to enjoy the wisdom of the Sugatas. And then the swift return prayers. First of all, His Holiness, peerless teacher and assembly of the children of victorious ones, Shravakas and Prateka Buddhas, victorious Losam, father and sons, along with the lineage masters, all the objects of refuge in infinite lands, please bestow the virtue and goodness of accomplishing this prayer here and now. Holding and spreading the Muni's precious and complete teachings, through explanation and practice, you wore the armor of patience that is never discouraged. Incomparable, venerable Guru, to you I make this request, while striving single-pointedly for the sake of the victorious one's teachings, the sole gateway through which all benefit and happiness emerge, and for mother living beings who suddenly departed to peace. What a great loss! Nevertheless, through the undeceiving truth of the blessings, the ocean of the three jewels, and the great waves of bodhicitta, the children of the victorious ones, may the smile of a reincarnation swiftly beam in glory for fortunate disciples. Patient in bearing the hardships of spreading the teachings of the Muni in general, and the teachings of victorious Jamyam, Tsongkhapa in hundreds of directions, Lord of Dharma holding the three vows and wearing saffron robes, please quickly return as the glory of the peerless teachings. You held the teachings, explanation, and practice with great asceticism, unable to bear that transmigratory beings are confused by the darkness of suffering. Through your great loving kindness, you skillfully led them to happiness. Unparalleled Son of the teachings, please return quickly. Beautified by the ornaments of supreme patience in increasing the practice of the supreme authentic teachings, victorious one, through listening, reflection, and meditation, guide of all transmigratory beings along the perfect path, true and perfect pure Guru, please return quickly. Lama, think of me. Lama, consider me. Most kind Root Lama, care for me. Most gracious Root Lama, do not deprive us of your compassionate refuge. Listen and consider this heartfelt prayer made by our tormented disciple. Lama, embodiment of the Buddhas, the 3 times, please bless me.
You may rest in all-pervading great bliss, equipoised within the dhatu of unimpeded luminosity. Yet the playful dance of your loving compassion emanates in myriad ways. The time has come for the return of the swift appearance of your magical wisdom, the Rupakaya, and for you to care for us once again with your affectionate compassion. Arise, arise, arise from the Dhammakaya. I invoke you, I call upon you, I implore you on behalf of all beings. Do not rest in Kachara or other pure realms, rather to benefit the Buddha's teachings and all living beings. Swiftly return to this southern continent to spread the Buddha Dharma of study and realization. Quickly return to guide us poor wretched beings. Such is the desperate cry of us, your disciples. Return so we actually behold your presence and receive the blessings of your body, speech, and mind. All violations, errors, mistakes, and broken samaya that we have made in relation to your body, speech, mind, and spontaneous activity, through our being confused and conceiving things in erroneous ways, we confess within the luminous emptiness of your three kayas, of everything auspicious, the supreme auspiciousness. May there be the auspiciousness of emptiness and compassion. May there be the auspiciousness of a timely meeting between master and disciples. Through the force of the truth of unchanging suchness, may the unmistaken incarnation return quickly. This cement was made by me, a Dakini, with pure faith and samaya, our eyes filled with tears of sorrow. May these wishes of a beggar woman be fulfilled through the blessings of deities of the three roots. Perception, its object, and perceiver, all dissolve within the expanse. This full clarity of suchness. Ah. And then we go to His Holiness's long life prayer, put together, compiled by Rinpoche. So we're so fortunate, unbelievably fortunate to have these prayers from His Holiness, from Kyabje Rinpoche, from Kajula. This is just unbelievably fortunate. And before this session, I went to the Purkang, the Lauda Lama's Purkang, so the first Lauda Lama, and I was just reflecting on what it was like when his disciples offered fire to the holy body there, and what it must have felt like, and how they must have prayed that he would return, hoping he'd return. But you know, there was nothing like His Holiness the Dalai Lama and Chödrön Rinpoche and Kajula composing prayers, and so many thousands of students, you know, and great masters all praying for the return. So Rinpoche came back. Rinpoche had already come back, in fact. We don't have confirmation. In fact, the latest news from His Holiness was that Rinpoche had not yet taken birth. But Rinpoche did come back, and now we pray again from the depths of our hearts that a new incarnation will come and be even greater than before, though it's hard to imagine that. And so we need His Holiness also to have a very, very long life. His Holiness is taking personal care of this. So we recite this prayer. Due to all the past, present, and future merits collected by me and the 3-time merits collected by others, may His Holiness the Dalai Lama, sole object of refuge of us all sentient beings, and originator of all happiness and development of all our faith in Buddha Dharma, have a stable life, and may all His Holiness's holy wishes succeed immediately. Chitten come near, Pende maluma, Gale joe, Sambe isheno, Kodrin some, Tenzing yasojo, Kuzenenchim, Tujelunruj. Due to all the past, present, and future merits collected by me, the 3-time merits collected by others, may bodhicitta, the source of all happiness and success, myself, for all sentient beings, be actualized within my own heart, in the hearts of my family members, in the hearts of all the people around me, and in the hearts of all sentient beings, without even a second's delay.
and for those in whose hearts bodhicitta has been generated, may it increase. And then dedicated with emptiness, page 61. Due to all the past, present, and future merits collected by me, and the 3-time merits collected by others, which exist but which are empty from their own side, may the I which exists but who is empty from its own side, achieve Shakyamuni Buddha's enlightenment, which exists but which is empty from its own side, and lead all sentient beings who exist but who are empty from their own side to that state of full enlightenment which exists which is empty from its own side, by myself alone who exists but who is empty from its own side. And then finally, as Rinpoche's practice lineage, we do the mantras to increase merit. Chom dende, dejin shepa dra, chombo yang, dabo sobe sangen, namba nansi, ugi gabala chatsa. Chanjo samba, samba chembo, kundu sambo la chatsa. Tayata om beziryo om burine so, om duru duru zaya munge so. Tayata om beziryo om burine so, om duru duru zaya munge so. Tayana om beziryo om burine so, om duru duru zaya munge so. Tayana om beziryo om burine so, om duru duru zaya munge so. Tayana om beziryo om burine so, om duru duru zaya munge so. Tayana om beziryo Bodhini Soha Om Duru Duru Zai Mungi So Tayada Om Bezirwa Awa Bodhini Soha Om Duru Duru Zai Mungi Soha Chomdende Dejinja Mara Chomaya Namazo Bezangi Megena Mendiri Agi Gabala Chatsa Chomdende Dejinja Mara Chomaya Namazo Bezangi No Namananda Jeda Nidrume Gabala Chatsa Lo Choose the blessed, the eminent, victorious ones, and the bodhisattvas, the truth, infallible, dependent rising, and the power of my pure special attitude taking responsibility. May all the aims of my pure prayers be accomplished immediately. Yeah, so please rejoice. We're able to do this practice together. Thank you so much, everyone. And see you tomorrow. There's Amy.